And I believe we are live here on a Monday afternoon. Absolutely nothing prepared and really nothing planned, but thought I would jump on here and wanted to be able to say hey to you guys. I know a lot of folks are going to be watching this on the repeat, but wanted to jump in here and see what's going on. There is Gray Note in the chat room and a few people piling in here. Now, it's Monday afternoon, and a lot of folks are not normally, maybe people aren't in the habit of watching live stuff on a Monday afternoon, but this is the time that I had today. I'm doing a live show tonight with Shooting Stuff New England or Shooting Gallery New England. I need to double check that. And there's Hootie Hoo. There's Adam. What's up, man? There's a lot of folks that are just not used to doing stuff in the middle of the afternoon, but this is the time that I had, so I thought I would jump in here. Got some stuff to show you guys here in just a minute. Plus, if y'all have anything to say, of course, in the chat room, you can always jump in there. But I thought it'd be fun during a non-normal hour just to see what's going to happen. So people are hopping in here. Man, this is a perfect day for you guys. If you got anything that you want to get off your chest or maybe share about, maybe just jump in there and just make a comment, because I think I've got enough time now, because I don't have a guest and I've not got people that I'm really dealing with. Because a lot of times when the guest is talking, the host is thinking about other things. And so it's hard sometimes to be able to really talk to you guys. All right, there's C. Kim, been around for a long time. There's Benjamin. There's David. Hey, Ricky Ramirez saying Juanito. Orale, Ricky. There's Dusty. There's Moo Butt. Great name. I'm in the office at the office. All right, that's cool. And so there's James Scott calling me a jackwagon. I'll take that. GC Cheese J says, just us ancient retired guys. Look, you people. Howdy doody. What's up, guys? Man, people are piling in here. All sorts of people. I'm going to show y'all something really, really cool that's not even on the market yet. I'm going to show that to you here in just a minute. But I'm doing my best to keep up with everything that's going on out there. And I've got one headphone on. I think I look really, really cool there. So again, thanks for stopping by. And if you're seeing this on the repeat, thank you guys as well. Now, I'm doing a live show tonight, I think, with Shooting Gallery New England or Shooting Stuff New England. Again, don't hold me to that, but I thought today would be just a good time to jump on here. Let me see if I can see what's going on in the chat room. There's guys that do this all the time solo. What prompted the creation of Hill Person Johnny? That was Hill Person Johnny I'm from Appalachia, and I can talk like that on a dime. California company, Pew Pew Tactical, they hollered at me and asked me if I would do I almost said 4th of July, but do a April Fool's Day video. And I said, can I do it the way I want to do it? And they said, sure. So I just picked it up, and it wasn't some massive plan. I did on a Saturday, and the night before, on the Friday night, I ran down to Walmart like at 9 o'clock at night, and I found that Mountain Dew shirt. So it wasn't like some big plan. Hey, there's TGC Surplus on there. Aaron, oh crap, TGC says. TGC Surplus. I don't know who is on that account, but if it's well, any of you guys, if y'all want to jump on here, let me know. Would love to text me and I'll send you a link. So if you want to jump on here, CG from Them Dare Hills, love from the hills of Jerusalem. Shalom to you. See, I don't know how to say CG, but he's from Israel. So there's Aaron Krieger in there, all sorts of people. There's John. Yeah, John, I don't know if you're working today, if you're on your phone, but of course you're always welcome. All right, I'm getting ready to show you guys a gun just to see what you all have to say about this. Now, it's going to be a Gucci Glock, and I showed it on Instagram over the weekend, and a couple people instantly said, oh, it's just a Glock. There's going to be groups of people that think like that. They'll see all the toys and that stuff. Hey, John just texted me. I only have the phone right now, but if you want, I'll jump in. Yeah, I'll send you a link. Hang on just a second. There's going to be people, while I get this ready for John, there's going to be people that say it's just a Gucci Glock and you don't need all that stuff, and you don't. But there's other people that want all this stuff that's going to be on here, and I got to figure out how to send this out. I don't know how to invite somebody while I'm doing a live show, but it's called Zero Prep, and we're doing this with Zero Prep. Let's see right here. Control, copy. And if y'all got any other questions, I'm going to slide back in the chat room here in just a few minutes and see if y'all got any other questions on here. John, I can't find the link, and I don't know how to do this. So settings, cancel. If I end up shutting this thing down, you'll know why I did it. You'll know how it happened. I can't find a place to invite other friends. I can find a screen share if I want to share my screen. And then I just switched the cameraman. I can't find it. All right, I'm gonna jump over to the chat room, and then I'm gonna show you guys these guns. See if I miss anything. Somebody said, "Who farted?" That's fantastic quality stuff there. I'm listening to these while driving a forklift at work. Well, safety first, there, Jeremy. Beep beep beep. I know you're from Appalachia. I was in your class. Well, that's fantastic, Kevin. You need a better education. That is for sure. Leonidas of Spartan says, "Yo, dude, how's the weight loss coming?" Happy Father's Day. I won't say I blew it yesterday, but Nana cooked a big, cooked out for me yesterday. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to enjoy it. I had cheeseburgers yesterday. Fantastic. And so Father's Day was really, really good. Yeah, weight loss is doing good. I'm not calling it a weight loss journey. I'm just calling it a journey towards health. And so I've got a really good plan for today. Went and bought some chicken thighs. And so I'm baking some chicken thighs and having just a kind of a dry salad tonight with no dressing. Hey, there's Opie in the Smokies saying Faxon. Yeah, it's right back there. Here it comes. Mark says, "Johnny, my man, woo-woo to you." Well, woo-woo, back to you. John says this. I only have the phone right now. That's the one that came in a minute ago. Fantastic. We're a well-oiled machine today. I'm going to do a couple more and then show you this gun. Don't you just send a link? Yeah, I just send a link, but I don't know how to do it. I can't find it. Plus, I've got you guys right now. Woo, Johnny, really enjoy your content. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Nate. I really appreciate that. Chickens have thighs. Haha. I don't know. I heard paleo diet works. Thanks for the unsolicited advice. People have been sending in so much unsolicited advice. It is absolutely hysterical. And I've got mixed feelings about that. What do y'all think? Should you just maybe go to somebody who didn't ask you for help and then offer them personal stuff? I know people are trying to help, and I think 9 guys out of 10 are just trying to help, but there's about 1 out of 10 that sends this obnoxious, just pages of garbage, just telling me what to do and how to do it. So GCJ says, "I committed pizza on Father's Day and I hit the gym this morning at 6:30. Good for you, brother. Hashtag hillbilly health. It actually me who passed the gas. Kind of smells like a burning fire. This is some quality Monday afternoon." Hey, there's the crazy Scotsman. What's up, man? Johnny, copy the top of the Google Hangouts and email it to your friends and they can join. All right, crazy Scotsman. Apparently, I'm the one that usually am joining other people's Hangouts, and so rarely am I the one running the show. So it's incoming to you-know-who, and then for the 14th time, I'm going to show you the gun. Control paste, send. What are you guys up to today? I would love to hear what you guys are doing. I know some of y'all are at work. And there's a send. All right, here we go. All right, here it comes. We talked just a minute ago about Gucci Glocks and want to see maybe what you all think about it. As a pair of these came in from Faxon, and these cases, I'll show you the cases in a minute. I'm kind of more excited about that. Up first, they're both called the FX-19 from Faxon, and the smaller one, well, it's the one that's got fewer toys on it, is called the Patriot. And it is, I know it's a little bit dark in here, but I'll move this around a little bit. I think you can get a pretty good look right there with the lights at that angle. So it's already got the slide cuts and the slide serrations, and it has up top a space for the MOS. I haven't tried that, but it's got a standard MOS, and there is John Patton. Turn your phone sideways, man. You are currently completely sideways, and now you got it.
Better?
Patton? Yeah, you look great. How's it going?
Hi, how are you?
I am fantastic. I was up in the kitchen a minute ago, and I thought I need to holler at him, and I thought, no, Monday's kind of his day off. We'll leave him alone. What you up to today?
I am currently puppy sitting. He's laying right behind me.
That sounds
yeah, that's it. That's my day today.
Well, what time does TGC News come out?
Izzy's working on it right now. I think probably 3-4 o'clock, something like that. I don't know. It's kind of a cool episode because it's the 4-year anniversary of TGC on Saturday. We kind of passed it, but it was a good day. It's a good day, and I'm pretty excited. The show's probably going to be a little bit longer than normal because of that, but it's fun overall.
All right, so folks that don't know, you just hit the 4-year anniversary over the weekend of TGC. You did not have a slow launch like a lot of channels do. A lot of channels, they start in their garage like I did. Of course, I'm still in my garage. I've moved a whole 4 inches. But you were ready to go on day number 1, and you had worked things out and put a lot of time in beforehand. You were also full time on day 1. So you got to start a little bit different. So your 4 years has a lot of stuff at the beginning before TGC. But what have you learned in these 4 years?
That things take time. Patience is not only a virtue, but effing important. You know, that's one of the things that I struggle with all the time is the patience to, you know, just tolerate the build, the foundation building. And I think I mentioned in TGC News that, you know, this up to now has kind of been foundation building, whether I like it or not. It kind of has been foundation building so that I can continue to expand, because really it's difficult to scale yourself. So you have to find ways to kind of manage time, which I'm not great at, and manage life, and continue making money and finding ways to, you know, it's very, I'll back up. It's very easy to make money and be a piece of crap. I could easily go, hey, you pay me X amount of dollars for a review type video. I could do that. Companies would pay it all day, but that's not the way I want to make money. So I do things a little bit differently, and therefore it's a learning experience the whole way.
I was thinking this morning that, and I know that you do the same thing I do. You mess with people all the time, and it was one of the first times I ever talked to you. You pulled out a rifle and showed me a rifle that had your own personalized serial number on it. I don't want to say the name of this gun, but it had, like, you got to name the gun. You got to pull out your own serial number. There was artwork on it. And it honestly, I've never told you this before, but it really warped my brain that somebody was so invested into the gun industry that they have guns that they get to pick out the serial number on or have their own name on. And, you know, you know, I'm on the same path as you. I'm just like about 6 miles behind you, but I've got to do that a couple times now. And that's been really, really cool. And that's just one little example of something that's been really cool for me that you've got to do. What's something else maybe that people don't know that this opportunity TGC has afforded you that nobody's really, maybe it's kind of behind the scenes stuff that you think is cool?
You know, I think I go back to this all the time. The thing that I think is the coolest part of all of it is the people that I've been able to meet because of it. You know, I found out the other day that, you know, one of the advisors to the president, former advisor to the president, watches the show, like actually knows what we do. And that's pretty cool. I'm excited about that. And I mean, finding out that executives in big companies are interested in what we do or watch or whatever it is, like, that's pretty cool. I mean, the audience growing is always awesome. Like, that's pretty standard. Like, everybody gets excited about the audience, but specifically TGC, I think we've been able to build industry relations that I did not anticipate.
Ben over in the chat room just did a super chat. That's hilarious. Aaron just did $1 and Ben just did $2. This is hilarious. Thank you, guys. This is not planned. I was sitting on my couch and my plan was to try to release a different video today and then Gun Gossip next Monday. And YouTube really likes for things to be consistent. And I just thought, you know what? I can't get this video done. I've got stuff going on and I couldn't get done. I thought, just go live. And then I thought, you can't go live at 2 p.m. And then I thought, you know what? Nobody controls me. I was wrong. There's 80 something people in here. So there's all sorts of stuff going on. All right. I was showing this Glock a minute ago, and I think you don't have yours in the mail yet, but you've seen them. So that's the Patriot by Faxon. And the other Faxon is the Hellfire. And this one's got just a little bit more. It's got the suppressor sights, suppressor height sights. It still has the MOS, tons of milling in there. And then also there's some cutaways in here. And then it's suppressor, it's got suppressor threads on there. It's already got the magwell on here, so the magwell that's flared. So far, both of these are really cool. They're both, you know, you can say Glock 19. I think they're both Glock 19s with 0 Glock parts. John, where are you at with the whole Gucci Glock thing?
I think it's weird. We've seen an entire industry pop up around a magazine. Like, it's not even about the gun. It's about a Glock mag.
But they work.
Right. And that's weird. But, I mean, it has relevance. You know, people are obviously buying the guns. So the market is saying, yeah, we'll take that. I think that some companies are doing a better job than others at the Gucci Glock game. But, you know, sure, cool. Why not? More options is always good.
I'm kind of thinking about how I'm going to present these guns on my show. And I think for me, here's where I'm at, because I know that there are some guys that are just going to dismiss it. Hey, it's just a stupid Glock. Go buy a regular Glock and be done with it, you morons. But then I do have a real Glock that I did do some stuff to, and I think it was a $550 or $600 Glock, and then I sent it to Florida, and he put on maybe a $2,000 package. And so overall, there's a lot of stuff, and it's really similar to this, minus the magwell, and I think the trigger on this one is a little better. It's obsidian. So I think for me, there's going to be some guys that dismiss it completely, but there are guys that really want all this stuff done. Do you think it's kind of cool to have it already done beforehand, or would you like to be able to kind of customize it yourself?
I like both options. You know, I like the fact that you can go buy from a reputable company a complete cool guy gun. You know, like you don't have to. Let me back up. We've had this in ARs forever. We've had this kind of stuff in ARs forever. You know, you could go buy all the cool guy parts all in one rifle, but people are getting weird. Oh, it's just a Glock. Well, it's not. It's not just a Glock, first of all, because it's not a Glock. And, you know, you're skipping levels. You're going straight to a gun that's super fancy. And I think that's great. You know, they're fun.
There's still some questions in here, and we're going to go just a little bit longer. If you guys got anything for John, I'm going to be watching the chat room on here. Milsart Mike, really appreciate that super chat. He says, do I have a Diet Mountain Dew on me? You look under caffeinated. I don't know how I look. I mean, I went to school today. I lectured for 2 hours. I feel fantastic. I do have some caffeine right here. I've got some unsweet tea with a little splash of orange juice. So no Mountain Dews on me. Not right now. Hey, I do see, I think I just saw the puppy in there for a second. John, if you say something, the camera's going to go back to you. I don't know if people can see it.
Oh, yeah, he's here.
How is old Felix these days?
Dude, he is a freaking horse. He is a freaking horse.
Isn't he like 40-something pounds now?
So he's probably closer to 50 at this point. He's just over 4 months old and growing like a freaking weed. His paws are like the size of my palms, just a massive puppy. And he's not even close to done growing. Since we got him, he's more than doubled in size. And he's turning more and more into an actual dog and less of a puppy.
Somebody in the chat room just says, do you guys like dogs? Not bad, huh?
You like dogs? Yeah.
You like dogs? Several people say, what do I teach? I teach people how to communicate from sending a message from point A to point B. All right, John,
Johnny is a professor of text messaging. And he has like an associate's thing going on in emojis.
A GED in emojis. That's not bad. All right, you have all sorts of stuff going on. You got the legal brief happening. You've got the proving ground, kind of where you test things. You've got a staff that does things for you at your bidding. So you've got the team that does some testing, and then you've got people behind the scenes that do stuff, and then you've got your Monday show. What's coming up this summer? Like summertime is the hopping time for the gun industry, and I know you are all over the place this summer. What you got coming up?
Dude, we are trying our best. The weather is fighting us on it. We're trying our best to get more ballistic gelatin videos done and some suppressor testing done. That's something that I think would help round out what we're offering to the audience. That's really what I'd like to do. The ballistic gel stuff excites the crap out of me. And we actually just scaled up so that we can make more blocks at a time and shoot crazier, more in-depth tests. So that's a big deal for me. More slow-mo, obviously. But yeah, that's the things that I'm focusing on in this summer to try and work it out.
I already lost who it was, and I apologize for that in the chat room. But one gentleman said that he does want all the toys on a Gucci Glock, but he's having a hard time with that $2,500 price tag. I think the one that I have, I don't know what it is. I think the one that I like currently, I haven't shot either one of them, but just out of the box. And boy, these boxes are fantastic. John, I told John over the weekend, it's the best packaged gun I've ever received. I know packages don't really matter unless you're from the UPS. But this one right here, I think comes in at like $1,500. One thing that I do know, John, I want you to explain why the price tag is what it is. I do know that part of it is all of this mill work on here is just hours and hours and hours on the mill. So a lot of it is just pure time. So you buy a $2.5 million machine. I'm just throwing out numbers, but you buy a $2 million machine. There's only so many hours during the calendar year that thing's going to be running. And so part of it is the mill work that goes on this thing. What else goes into these things, John?
Well, I mean, you've got a lot of R&D, and people scoff at R&D, like, "Oh, I'm not paying for your R&D." You absolutely are, and you'll be paying for it for years. They had to figure out what parts go together well, what cuts work, what looks good, what sights to use, what trigger to use, what pattern to use on the grip, what pattern to use on the slide. Should we do titanium? Should we do steel? Should it be stainless steel? All of those decisions take a lot of time, and you have to kind of build up, and you're honestly partially paying for that. Partially. It's not the entire thing, but yeah.
One thing that's really interesting about this chat and what's going on here is there is a ton of creators in here, and there's always creators jumping around each other's channels, but we got an anomaly number in here. John, what's one bit of information, just one bit of encouragement? Maybe these guys, it's summertime, we're past the show season, SHOT Show's done, NRA's done, and now we're kind of in the hot time. I know people are trying to get outside, but the range is hot. It's nasty. They're filming. They're trying to get stuff done. These guys are grinding. What encouragement do you have for these guys headed into a busy summer?
Well, the summer is a time to try things. If you've got an idea you're thinking about, you want to continue growing the channel, try it now. Find out if it works now, because rolling into September, October, November, December, when things start to really ramp up, you need to be ready to have content going. And I think if you try it now and give yourself an opportunity to be creative, you'll thank yourself later in the year.
One of the things that you talk a lot about, and you've kind of maybe keyed me in on it a little bit, maybe infinitely more, exponentially more than I would have been otherwise, is the lack of innovation in our industry. We're still firing cowboy cartridges. Other than the smokeless powder, like smokeless powder, I don't know people know this, but a gunfight in a saloon 140 years ago would have been very, very smoky, and it like even the battlefields you couldn't see. So we got smokeless powder. But other than that, we're still using basic physics that they were using on cannonballs 350 years ago. Nothing's changed. However, my opinion is there's a few new things kind of moving forward in the industry. What stands out to you right now in the industry? Any innovations taking place?
I like the fact that people are pushing boundaries on bullet design. You and I have talked about this at length. I get excited about the terminal effectiveness of a projectile and how that projectile flies through the air, or combining the barrel, the projectile, the explosives, all those things, and the shape of the projectiles. All of those things add up to an end result downrange. And I think we are continually pushing in very small increments to literally the peak of what can be done with a brass case projectile using a propellant.
At your 4-year anniversary, what have you not gotten to do with TGC that you really want to do? Yeah, I know you want to do more slow-mo. Yeah, I know you want to do big stuff. But what's maybe, I don't know, some realistic stuff that you can maybe do in the next year or two that you think is within earsight that you can actually get a hold of?
I think the biggest thing for me is really getting consistent. We put out a lot of content, but it's not always consistent with when it comes out. And I would really like to get to a point where we are consistently putting out, 4 to 5 videos a week, if not more. I would love more, but my goal was always 7 days a week, but that's very, very difficult to stack up enough content to have a backlog so that if there's a day that I can't go to the range, like today, and this entire week it's supposed to rain. I mean, people, just go to the range, it's covered. Yes, but it's also very noisy. You increase maintenance. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. The point is, I would like to get more consistent and give the audience what they deserve.
I'm not going to hold you to one word. Let's do one sentence or shorter. Just a brief thought, but it's got to be brief.
Okay.
Paul Harrell.
Very interesting, and not necessarily for me.
Kit Badger.
He's going somewhere, but we don't know where.
Kentucky Ballistic Scott.
absolutely blowing up and finding his way while doing that.
Ruger pistols.
Very good value for some folks.
Milsurp.
Sure, if you want to.
Waiting on tax stamps like a poor person.
I'm very lucky that I don't have to anymore.
Criminally underrated channel.
Criminally under. Wow, that's a big statement. Like, I think I'll say Alabama Arsenal.
Why?
Production value is outstanding.
He's clean, isn't he?
Yeah, he's really, really clean, and definitely deserves a little bit more credit than I think he gets.
Non-gun channel that intimidates you, that they're so good at what they do, they make you just want to like quit.
Smarter every day. That's always going to be the answer.
But I think if you just like the average layperson just to watch him, they just think it's just some cheesy dude in a blue hat with his arm stuck out holding his phone. Like first glance, there's not much there.
If you study it and understand it, there are complex things going on. I mean, the story arc from video to video to video is just so good.
Guilty pleasure snack. Oh, go ahead. More on Smarter Every Day.
No, I was just going to say he is an outstanding educator. Whether or not he set out to do that, he is outstanding at taking a very complex subject and breaking it down for people that don't know what it is.
Guilty pleasure food.
Ice cream, I guess.
Current state of the movies, specifically in this era we're in right now, which is comic book and superhero movies.
What do you want to know?
What do you think about where we're at right now?
I think it's cool. I wish we got more movies like we used to in the 90s that were smaller budget but incredible at the same time. You know, some of my favorite movies come out of an era where, you know, you just can't make movies like that. Hollywood doesn't pay for that anymore. And you've kind of educated me on that and how that works. But
yeah, there's no middle budget movies now. You have art house movies, like really small, like low budget, and you've got powerhouse franchises, and there's not much in the middle. Biggest mistake that most young YouTubers make.
They make it about themselves. You know, oh, me, pay me, do this for me. Like, no, do something for the audience, you jackwagon.
Worst thing you did as a young YouTuber that you really had to learn from?
Worst is tough to define. I think I was just bad at what I was doing. I also did not understand the importance of relationships. That's for sure.
John Lovell.
That dude is easily the top 3 gun tubers.
Really?
I don't know if it's very easy to stamp the best on there, but damn, is he good.
And it's also hard to define because, you know, what makes a gun tuber? Right. Like there's channels like Talflater Mouse is a gun channel, but then we always have these, you know, discussions is Demolition Ranch. I know you say no. A lot of guys would say yes. It's just fun to talk about.
I say no on that.
I mean, I think a lot of ways my buddy Talon Sai he's got one foot in and one foot out, and I think that's fantastic.
It's a smart play on his part.
What you got this summer? You were not headed. I know you're not headed out to the West Coast for TriggerCon. A lot of guys are not doing that. And what do you got between now and Range Day in October?
So I believe I am going to the Brownells Social Summit. That's going to be a thing. I don't know where it is yet. They were calling it Social Summit West. I live on the East Coast, so I don't know where we're going. That'll be exciting. It's my first time going to that. I am potentially going to speak at a very large industry summit. Again, unsure. There's so much crap going on. It's unreal. You know, the thing for me is just trying to schedule it all out and make sure all the pieces fall into place.
There's a thing called imposter syndrome. We all have it. Like, you know, you finally go get a master's degree in something and it's your first day to walk into the job to work. but you, on some level, you feel like an imposter, like, oh my gosh, like I'm holding this child and I procreated, I spread my seed, and now I have this child. But you feel like an imposter. You don't feel like a dad like the first 2 weeks or 2 months or 2 years. Do you ever pinch yourself and go, they're bringing me in, just dumb old John Patton, in to talk at a major, something like some of these events? Because I know one of them that you're going to is a big one. And do you ever just stop and go, holy smokes, how did I get to this place where I am now a legit voice?
Yes and no. I mean, I asked myself that question, and then I'm immediately reminded of the last 4 years plus of work and grinding and slaps in the face that I got from either myself, the audience, just all these reality checks that led to this, and the education that I was forced to get.
I'm here. Sorry, are you there? You sound great.
Yeah, I got a phone call there.
You need to get it. I think John might be on the phone. There's still, man, there is a ton of people in here in the, we have 100 people in here. I've been trying while John's talking. I have been trying to keep up with all this. Art Coffee, hey, what's up, man? Says this. What's up, Coffee? He says, does Trump still get the support of the gun community? Do we look past Fix Nicks and the bump stock ban, or do we hold his feet to the fire? I don't think you're going to hold anybody's feet to the fire. You can jump up and down and say, I'm holding the president's feet to the fire. I don't know. You know, I think it's a mixed bag, and I think everybody in the industry would have a different response to that across a pretty big continuum. I think John is still on the phone. I wonder who he is talking to. It's funny, sometimes when I'm on the phone with him, he'll say, hang on, I gotta go. Smith & Wesson's calling. And I'm like, Smith & Wesson? I get like jack wagons calling me. Is Trump going to ban suppressors? Who knows? I don't have a crystal ball. Crazy Scotsman says, smash that thumbs up, guys. Support Johnny. He is always happy. Yeah, I am happy today. What's up? Midnight Range says this. We still got all sorts of people. Hey, Matt, I didn't realize you were back. I don't know if you're talking to me. Realize that I'm back. I've been back, I don't know, about 4 months, I think. Also, like Travis Haley and his son, Garan Thumb. There was all sorts of stuff. If y'all don't know the joke is that Travis Haley is Garan Thumb, Mike's dad. But there was a lot of memes yesterday on the internet and on social media about Father's Day with Travis Haley and all that. I think we have lost John. I think unless John jumps back on here, I am going to give you guys a big thank you. But first, I want to show you this box that I did say that I wanted to show you. These Faxon guns came in. And by the way, I'm not paid to talk about this. Kurt from Faxon asked me if I would check them out. I said yes. They showed up in the mail. So like, they didn't pay me. There's no contract. It's just my friend Kurt asked me if I would check out his new guns. Plus, I just like Faxon. So they came in these really cool cases. This one's got the one big giant extendo mag, some keys, but they're cut out perfectly. But check that out. They're hard cases and they are TSA, so they have the locks on there. So some really nice cases, and like the badging on here is just gorgeous. And so I've been talking to people about these guns over the last couple of days. These came in on Saturday, and people are like, Johnny, you're a little bit excited about the cases. I just like when stuff shows up and it's actually looks good and it feels like I'm getting a lot of value. John, who was on the phone?
That was my girlfriend. Sorry.
What did Genevieve have to say?
Genevieve was just checking in, making sure that I didn't somehow let Felix die or something.
Felix is alive and well. I checked on him just a minute ago via video. We're about to sign off. John, final thoughts?
Dude, thank you for having me on. I think this summer is going to be a lot of fun for a lot of people, and I can't wait to see what kind of content everybody else is putting out.
Well, I appreciate everybody in the chat room. Thank you for all of our super chat people, the ones that did the whatever that word's called, the ones that donate all that cash. Appreciate that. That all goes back into here. So the super chat people, thank you guys. Everybody that participated and watched, and you're watching this on the back end, thank you guys so much. It's Monday, no plan, zero prep. Thank y'all for stopping by. We'll see you guys real soon.